Greetings and welcome to another episode of Wild Mouse. I am your host, Taylor Bartle, and today I am joined by a filmmaker, a writer, a director, a producer, the one and only, thank God, Lisa Ovies.
Fuck you. Also, you said my last name right. I love you.
I've heard it, yeah. So
I know, but no one says it right. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
For the longest time, I was like, Ovies is a very unfortunate last name.
Okay, everyone calls me Ovies because I think that's the white person way to say it. And I was raised in elementary school being ovaries. So,
Sure,
good times. Good times.
Well, yeah, I hear Ovies, and I think it's an abbreviation for ovaries. It's exactly. Like Menses, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we love it. We love it. As a child, I was like, this is so horrible. But yeah, it's actually OVAs. But so thank you. You're the best.
You got to put a little stank on it.
Yeah, a little bit of a Mexican stank for the Mexican heritage. I appreciate it.
So I feel like before we get started, we need to explain our relationship a little bit because people are going to listen to this and wonder.
So people worry about your abusive nature with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. Let's set some ground rules. First one to cry loses.
Oh, you're fucked.
Fair.
Yeah, so you're from Vancouver. I'm from Seattle, and
Vancouver, Canada is an important definition there.
Correct.
Not Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver,
yes.
Canada. Mm-hmm.
And we met at a horror convention here in the Northwest. God, like 6 or 7 years ago now?
I was trying to think about it. If it was my first Crypticon, which I think it was, that was 2016. Sir, this is our 10-year anniversary.
No fucking way.
I know. How bananas is that? I blame
we're so
COVID
old.
for everything. I know.
Yeah, and I don't remember how it really got so spicy, but not spicy, not in like a hot way, but like
I don't know. You're not wrong. I was on your horror podcast, or we met first and then you invited me. You know what? I don't know, but it did get spicy pretty quick, and the three of us were just always mean to each other.
Yeah, but in like a fun, loving way.
Yes. No one ever cried for more than a couple minutes. And I went on your podcast every time I went back to Seattle. So we didn't burn any bridges. We just, left a few bombs along the way. But no, yeah, I don't know. Why are we so weird together?
I don't know. But yeah, we just have this relationship where we just completely just riff on each other and just degrade each other. I think the best kind of microcosm of our relationship is the one time we actually let you into our film fest. It was a very lean year.
Yeah, respect.
But I remember you coming up to me afterwards and saying you were sitting in front of my mom and just being like, I kept hearing her say, "Oh, I'm so disappointed." And I replied, "Was it during your film?"
That sounds exactly like us. I tell you your mom is disappointed in you as a human and you mock my art. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm here for it. I actually went at the time with a partner of mine and had to preface before the film festival, these aren't mean people. And I'm excited to go. And he was like, I don't know what you're saying. And then we all chatted and he was like, got it. Okay. It's like we've got a sibling relationship.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, my girlfriend was standing right there at the time and she was like, I'm so glad to see that she gives it back to you because I just thought you were just mean to her all the time.
No. It's a mutual thing. Which also oddly is I don't say yes to a lot of podcasts that don't have anything to do with horror. And I think it's indicative of the fact that I do like you, that I was like, fine, I'll talk to you for an hour about roller coasters. Fucking hell.
That's one fun thing about this podcast is I've gotten these people from the horror world. I've gotten people from the sports world. I've gotten people from the pro wrestling world.
I love wrestling. That's great.
All these random people. By the way, I'm coming up to Vancouver next month to go to a wrestling show.
Vancouver, Canada.
That's the one. Yeah.
Fantastic. What wrestling show?
AEW Dynasty.
Okay. I'm here for that. I'm going to write it down. Okay, well, maybe we'll go for coffee and throw hot objects at each other.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that'll work. Let me know. Message me and let me know when you're coming up. I do more really small underground wrestling. I love something called Glam Slam, which is burlesque and wrestling. Or in October, they have something called Horror at Hastings, and it is all horror-themed wrestling.
What company puts that on?
I will tell you when I remember. I've only gone for
Okay,
like 6 years.
because
I've
I've
gone for like
definitely
6 years, and Cobra Kai runs it, and he's amazing. And I will send you that information because it's fucking great, and I always sit ringside. Why wouldn't you? But the horror theme one is great because they do their whole, telenovela storytelling while horror people are beating the shit out of each other, and it's just fantastic.
yeah, I've definitely heard that name before. So
Yeah.
I think I know the company, but I can't think of which one it
Yeah,
is.
Cobra Kai and Calamity Kate are married, which is so great. Kate is actually a filmmaker. I did a horror movie with her 15 years ago. It was the first time I was in Fangoria. I was actually just an actress. I was the casting director and an actress. I played a woman who took male like violent offenders and broke them out of jail and then beat them live on a YouTube channel. Totally. I wasn't even acting. And she was a producer on it, and that's how I met her. And she is an amazing wrestler called Calamity Kate, and her husband is Cobra Kai. So while we're talking, I'm just going to Google his company because this has everything to do with roller coasters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I also, since I've got you here, I've been meaning to ask you. You made a movie called Puppet Killer.
I did.
Which is about a killer puppet. And I'm curious what you think of these movies that are coming out now, like Billy Loves You and Buddy, and like all of a sudden there's this run of horror puppets. Are you kind of like, you feel like you deserve credit for that? Or
No, I think Chucky. Really.
Ooh, never heard of him.
I think Chucky sort of started it off in Puppet Master and stuff. I think it's always been like a sub genre. And when it's done well, I mean, it's similar to Annabelle, right? Like, creepy dolls are creepy dolls, creepy puppets are creepy puppets. I think some are done well. I think it was weird when Benny Loves You, I think that's what it's called, was right, on the circuit with us, and it was, our fucking puppets looked similar. I think that was the only time that I was like, okay, but that gentleman made his movie for like 10 years. He had been, but because he just came out after ours, but it had nothing to do with ours. But no, it is weird. It is weird. People only know me as like crazy puppet lady. And I'm like, I swear to God, I do other things. But no, I'm a fan. You put a creepy doll or a creepy puppet in a movie and have them murder, sign me up. Because I'm also frightened of children. Like, I think children are terrifying.
Yeah,
and so,
children are awful.
You can put a puppet in a shelf or like a lock it up and walk away, and you're not getting arrested. You can't do that with a creepy child. So I think the idea that you can be you have more agency with creepy dolls just feels less scary.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts? Do you credit me as the godmother of puppet horror?
I mean, it definitely seems like, like Puppet Master and Chucky have a very kind of more sinister look, whereas I feel like Puppet Killer was the first one that was like, this is a Sesame Street character. Like,
I do love that. I appreciate that because I know we went through so many versions of Simon is here. Where is Simon? Simon's here somewhere. I know we went through several versions of what the puppet looked like, and then all of a sudden my designer sent me a snaggletooth cutie patootie with bright pink fur, and I was like, oh no, that's what Simon looks like. So I'll take credit for that. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah.
I mean, I really liked Benny Loves You. I haven't seen Buddy yet, although I like the idea that it's a unicorn.
I'm sorry, there's a what? I need to see.
Yeah, there's a killer unicorn movie.
I mean, I saw the killer unicorn movie with
Keegan-Michael Key?
No, with where it's funny. This is where my memory.
Oh, the one with Jenna Ortega?
Thank you. I saw that one and I loved it. And I also
this one is like a doll unicorn.
Okay, this I need to look up. Buddy. Okay. I'm still trying to look up Cobra Kai's bullshit for you too. Okay, Buddy, I'm gonna look up that one.
How hard is it to Google horror on Hastings? Like, do I have to do everything here?
It's not that. Oh, Destroy Wrestling.
Okay, well that doesn't sound familiar, but
it's his company is Destroy Wrestling. But I wonder if I can just share his page with you right now. No. Yep. Boop. I'm gonna share his page with you. And I'm gonna watch Buddy because that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
When did it come out?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're not much help. Okay, I just sent you Cobra Kai's thing. He'll announce all the things on there. Four at Hastings is without question one of the best. Their wrestlers are really great. Okay,
Okay, so
let's get
to the
serious.
topic at hand. Yeah. Today we are headed back to Disneyland. Have you been to Disney World?
Number one, you've already lost all your listeners because of our ramble, but look, thanks for
That's
pretending
fine.
we're still
Yeah.
here. I went to Disney World
Thank you
once.
for thinking I have listeners.
I love it's just the two of us. We're not even recording. It's fine. Just tell me if you want to hang out next time. This is such a high fucking energy ruse. I went to Disney World once, probably 20 years ago. I went through a rogue phase in my life you don't know about, but I backpacked and lived in 22 different countries for like 8 years with a partner of mine, and during that, we had to go to Florida to get to Costa Rica, I think. And so we did a little jaunt, 5 days in Disney World. But I come from a Disney family. I was raised on Disney. So I go to Disneyland. I have a season's pass at Disneyland. I am a Disneyland person. My mother is the 75-year-old woman who goes to Disneyland and could never go on a ride. She has her bench. She likes to sit and look at the magic. And that was very much ingrained in me. Like, I was raised by a single mom. We had no money, but she would somehow save up. And a couple times in my childhood, we would drive from Vancouver to California and
Damn.
stop at, like, we would eat at Denny's. We would stay at Motel 6, just so she could give us the magic of that. So as soon as I moved to Los Angeles, being Canadian, I got a work visa as a director like 2 years ago or something. The first thing I did after getting my social insurance number was get a California ID so I could get a California residence pass. That was it. That was like my whole goal. I was like, I'm moving to California so that I was just, yeah, that was it. I was going to Disneyland all the time, but it was also for Star Wars land. What's a nerd to do? So that was a really fucking long answer to yes, I've been to Disney World.
Yeah, I have only been to Disney World once, and it was actually just recently. I grew up on the West Coast, so I grew up with Disneyland. Although I didn't go a lot when I was a kid. This is more of a recent development for me. I did go, a couple times, but I think the last time I went before, my recent discovery of being a Disney adult, which is, I hate that term, but
No, but we are. Like, I go alone to Disneyland. I guess I mean, I look like a little angry gremlin compared to the ones that have their little ears and their colored things, but I'm sorry, sir, we're Disney adults.
Well, see, Rob Porter, who's a regular on this show, he said we're not Disney adults, we're adults who like Disney. And I like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think the last time I went before that was I was maybe 16.
Yeah.
And so, but then Tony and I, just before his first son was born, he was like, I need a guy's trip. I need to do something before this kid is born so that, because I'm not going to have another chance for a while. And so we went to California.
That's saying the rest of his life, but yeah, a while.
So we went to California. We went to Halloween Horror Nights. We went to the Oogie Boogie Bash. And since then, I've been almost once a year for the past,
I've never been to the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh, it is so much fun.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, that was the goal, getting the season's pass and living there, was to, really lean into Disneyland this year. But then America lit itself on fire and so and get do. But Halloween Horror Nights is phenomenal. Like, LA can do Halloween proper.
Yeah, we didn't really get a chance to do it well because we went literally from the airport to Universal Studios.
For shit. Okay.
And so we didn't get like a full day, and everything was so packed that the lines were ridiculously long. So I think we did like 3 houses, and only one of them was like IP. We did like the, Haunt of the Pharaoh house or like all the other makeshift houses, and we rode Jurassic Park. That was about it.
Nice. Yeah, I will throw him under the bus. He's my writing partner and I love him more than anything in the world, Seth Sherwood. But at one point when I was just meeting him, he was trying to impress me and date me. And he took me to Halloween Horror Nights, but he bought the VIP passes. So, which are so fucking expensive. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see anyone. I don't know if they were cheaper then or what, but he took me. Spoiler alert, it worked. We ended up dating. Halloween Horror Nights play your cards right. It's a good way to go. But so we didn't have to wait any lines. So my first intro to Halloween Horror Nights was rocking in. And he had written Hellfest. And so he had been given by the studio passes the prior year, a couple years earlier, to go to all of them. So he had his inside knowledge on anything. And he just like, so I was spoiled. That was my first Halloween Horror Nights. So I was like, is this how you do it? And then everyone was like, no, you wait in line forever. And I was like, oh, I don't.
That sucks.
But yeah, I loved how involved it was. Like we have the Peony here and Playland, and it's decent, but it's not. LA does it properly.
Yeah. The nice thing about the Oogie Boogie Bash is that there's all like the characters are all, they're done up all Halloween style, and there's all the trick or treat trails and stuff. And while all the kids are doing that, there's no lines.
I love that. Right. Yeah, because I'm a ride Disney adult. Like I go on to like my first thing is I want to do Space Mountain, and then I want to do Rise and all of those things. That's cool. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to LA obviously multiple times, but my season's pass is still good till October 14th. Not that I have that memorized. So I'm gonna go do some more Halloween shit before it ends. So hopefully I can do an Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah, we're already planning on going again this year. So
nice.
Maybe I'll see you there.
Nice. Maybe we could plan to avoid each other.
Yes, of course, obviously, yeah. I'm like, text me where you are so I know to go somewhere else.
Exactly. It'll be great.
Yeah, and then we can ride finally we're getting to the topic of this episode.
Right.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yep.
Which nobody calls it that.
No, actually, I was doing a wee bit of research because I was like, how the fuck do we talk about a roller coaster for an hour? And I didn't even know it was called Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yeah, okay, so there's
my whole life.
There's two kinds of people in this world. There's people who call it Big Thunder, and there's people who call it Thunder Mountain.
I call it Thunder Mountain.
I call it Big Thunder.
What a fucking surprise.
See? Oil and water.
That doesn't surprise me enough. Yeah, I've called it Thunder Mountain my whole life. I also read the history of it, which I thought was really cool. And I've ridden this ride a lot. That doesn't mean I know how to talk about it for an hour, but I didn't know the lore and like what it was based on and the story behind it. And I was like, fuck, that would have made it cooler to be on it, knowing I was on like a haunted fucking railroad car that had gotten rogue and loose and that there were explosions everywhere. And it sounds like ghosts are trying to kill you. I was like, okay, I need to go back and enjoy it again.
Yeah, there's this whole backstory to it that usually, when you walk through the queue, it kind of explains the backstory. But this one, the queue is just rocks.
Yeah. Also, I am a spoiled princess who doesn't do lines. So I often don't do that. And then I just get to go backdoor it.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, funny story. And it's not funny, but I have a complex chronic disease and I only got it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's all laugh at me. Yeah, I got I was actually, I couldn't even walk 5 years ago. I was in a wheelchair. I got so sick. We don't need to go there. But anyway, long story short, after a year of tests, they finally figured out what was wrong with me. I have a complex chronic disease and I can't stand for very long. I can stand. I'm fully capable of standing, but I'm not actually able to, I can't, like if you wanted me to wait in a lineup for 45 minutes, it would fuck the whole day. I would be in chronic pain the whole day. So I'm either in a wheelchair when I go to Disneyland now and people push me so that I can enjoy the day more, which means that we get to do the disability, like the faster lines, or I will fast pass them because like I'm there to enjoy myself, not do two rides and cry. So I said to my mom when I got like disabled, I was like, you know what, if there's a positive at the end of the rainbow, you can now fast pass rides at Disneyland. She was like, sure. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how expensive the VIP passes are for Universal, and everyone complains about the lightning lanes, and it's like lightning lanes are like $30.
No. And especially, sometimes I do them and sometimes I don't. It depends. I go to Disneyland a lot alone. Like I live 20 minutes. Well, I guess I don't live in LA anymore. I just moved 2 weeks ago, but I only lived 20 minutes away. So 20, 30, depending on traffic. So I would go for like an afternoon. And if you get a lightning lane pass, depending on the day, it's anywhere from like, let's say 25 to 40. I think that goes depending on how busy it is. And I hate people. So obviously I'm not going on weekends or anything anyway. $27 to be able to walk on any ride you want and then piece the fuck out. Like, I don't know. Felt worth it to me.
I mean, we won't go without using it. And I think especially if you go once a year or less, it's a must. Like,
absolutely.
Because you want to ride everything.
I do. And I mean, I guess it depends. I have a girlfriend that I had hoped to go to Disneyland with before I left, because she is like the opposite to me. I want to do Star Wars Land. I want to do as big a roller coaster as possible. I want to do all of the more adrenaline rides. I still love the magic of Disney, but she wants to go and do like Peter Pan. And I was like, okay, we need to do a say yes day where I go with you because we both have, and I just do her version of Disneyland because it is very different than mine. So I don't want to do every ride necessarily, but I don't want to wait in line. I want to run on Space Mountain as many times as I can. Also, if you do the single rider on Space Mountain, you can actually get on pretty quick if you guys don't care about sitting beside each other.
We do, unfortunately.
Fucking losers.
I know, me and my girlfriend, what a loser.
Look at you guys being happy.
Enjoying each other's company. Gross.
It is gross. Weird. There's like me alone in the back being like, what are you guys doing?
You guys want to get a churro?
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing later?
So the reason I asked if you had ever been to Disney World is because the Disney World version of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is actually just a mirror image of the Disneyland version, or at least it was up until 2014 when they redid the Disneyland version. So we're kind of talking about both today, but we're mostly going to focus on the Disneyland version because we'll talk about the plus-ups that they did and stuff. And we're not going to talk about the international versions, even though the Disneyland Paris version is awesome. But
have you been?
I have.
I haven't. Okay.
It's great.
Yeah.
If you like big, exciting coasters, it's like they got more that go upside down and do crazy shit. So
wonderful.
So yeah, we're mostly going to be talking about the Disneyland version, but the Disney World version, like I said, it's basically the same, except their end is kind of different. But it doesn't matter.
Is it like some people don't make it out alive? Like, spoiler.
I wish. Lean out that Florida population a little bit.
Yeah, support that.
So the official description from disneyland.disney.go.com, which I love to point out is the official Disneyland website.
Okay.
Says, hang on to your hats. Legend has it that after gold was discovered in the 1850s, eerie incidents took place in the mine. Trains would take off and race through tunnels by themselves. As you enter the cursed cavern, your train speeds up along the rickety track, shoot under a booming waterfall, and dodge a falling boulder from an unexpected landslide as you swoop around sharp turns and drop into desolate canyons. On this rip-roaring adventure, you may learn that some legends turn out to be true. So yeah, if you've ridden Big Thunder Mountain, you know none of that is portrayed in the ride at any point.
I was trying to be a good guest, and I did do research today. And I read this whole fucking backstory about a mining town that ended up getting like overpopulated after it hit a gold rush. And then all of the townsfolk swore that it was haunted. And I was like, fuck off. This is great.
Yeah, where is this?
Yeah, that this was a haunted runaway rail. Yeah, no, I was like, I actually have to go back and know that this, I feel like if they marketed it like a haunted ride, the way that I read the backstory, more people would do it based on how many like dark Disney, I don't know what the term would be, gothic Disney adults that love.
I like dark Disney.
Yeah, we're going to go with dark Disney. I don't know if I just coined that, but we're taking it. Dark Disney. I'm a dark Disney fan. That's where we're going to go from now on with this. I'm not an adult Disney or whatever they call it. But yeah, it's a haunted runaway railway thing.
Yeah, it's a haunted mine cave.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I didn't know, although it makes me feel stupid, that when you're riding it and all of those explosions are happening, I just feel like, Disneyland, that you are trying to escape the fact that all of these explosions have been set up to kill you. Like, the story is so much darker than I knew.
Yeah. So to talk about the history of this ride, we actually have to go back to 1956, even though this ride opened in 1979. But
I know, you know what? It opened in September 1979, and I only know that because when I did my research today, I was born in July 1979.
Oh, you're so old.
Fuck you. You can't see, listener, but I look amazing.
There's a lot of gray going on up there, though.
Fuck you. Okay, tell us about the history, sir.
Okay, so in 1956, a ride opened called Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland. It was a 2-foot 6-inch narrow gauge railroad attraction in Frontierland in Disneyland, and it featured audio animatronic animals in natural desert and woods themed environments. Okay, I don't know why it says 1950. It says opening date July 2nd, 1956, and then here it says opened on June 2nd, 1960. So I don't know which one is the actual.
4 years.
Oh, okay. I got my answer here. Rainbow Caverns Mine Train.
Taylor, did you do your fucking homework first? Or
no,
was it
I read the shit as I go along.
I'm more prepared than you. I'm good at podcasting.
Okay, so tell me about the Rainbow Caverns Mine Train then, smartass.
Well, I do know that originally Walt Disney was creating, and I'm not reading anything, listener, this is off of memory, was going to create an entire Western village in Walt Disney World and an entire area for it when he passed away and his brother decided to stay with the iconic Pirates of the Caribbean ride and area instead. But they did decide to keep the Western theme and then bring Big Thunder Mountain to Disneyland. Did I do good?
You did. Yeah.
Motherfucker. I mean, I know there's a lot of pieces missing in there, but yeah, it sounds like they were originally going to do like an entire Western, which I mean kind of is Frontierland anyway, but it sounds like it was going to honestly be a little bit more boring, but back in the day with like animatronics and I don't know what, like the old creepy dancing bears from Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that.
I mean, although the one in Disneyland did open first, so we were wrong about that, but
the one in, sorry, could you say that? The one in Disneyland opened first?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that I read that it was going to be a whole world in Disney World. And then when they changed that idea, yeah, then they pulled it over to Disneyland. But yeah. And then they got Pirates of the Caribbean. How could anyone not have smelly water ride Pirates of the Caribbean? I think that's part of the iconic Disney experience wherever you go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they make candles of it.
Do they? Shut the fuck up. They make Pirates of the Caribbean water candles? That's funny because there is a smell.
There's for sure. It's bromine is what you're smelling.
What is that?
It is a toxic chemical.
I love that so much. So as a person who is a Disney nut with very little knowledge and only, by the way, we have a fucking stone. You know those weirdos that have their names carved right outside of Disneyland? My family has this stone. That's how big we are. Do the international ones have Pirates of the Caribbean water too?
Yeah. At least Paris does.
Oh wow! And does it smell the same?
Basically, yeah. From
so
what
it's
I hear,
choice now to poison us with the smell because
it's like chlorine. You know, it's a preservative or whatever.
Okay.
To keep the water clean.
Clean. I got Splash Mountain water in my mouth last time I was there. I know it's not called that anymore, and I don't care if you want to say it's clean. I was so sad for myself. It's like this is how I die. I have Splash Mountain water in my mouth. And that was like last month, so I guess I didn't. I totally interrupted you. Keep telling us about the history, Senor. We're listening.
Okay. Rainbow Caverns Mine Train opened on July 2nd, 1956. And then the Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland was an extension of that, which opened on June 12th, 1960. This was basically just like, kind of like the Disneyland Railroad. You know, it just putts along. It's not a roller coaster. It's not a ride, really. But it just kind of puts through some caverns and balancing rocks were there. And it was animatronic animals. It wasn't anything super exciting. And so it closed in 1977 to make room for a little ride called Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The one in Disneyland opened on September 2nd, 1979. And the one in Florida opened on July 4th, 1980. Nope, that's Tokyo. Opened...
Try again, sir.
November 15th, 1980.
Ding, ding. I don't know. I'm just making that.
So,
I hope the listeners are keeping track of how many times you get things wrong.
Yeah, they're used to it. It's a drinking game by now.
I'll have some coffee.
This was designed by the legendary Tony Baxter, of course. He's one of the goats of Imagineering. He did the Indiana Jones ride.
Oh, so good.
Splash Mountain. All the best ones are Tony Baxter.
Copy that. Did he do? Is he dead? Is he alive? Did he do Rise?
He did not do Rise. He is still alive. Him, Raleigh Crump, are probably the two big ones. But so in 1974, the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad project was put on hold so that everyone could divert their efforts to Space Mountain. But ultimately, it resulted in a smoother ride because they actually were able to put computers on the ride. And that makes it run better, I guess.
Computers on Big Thunder Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Love that for us.
Like I was saying at the beginning, there are two other versions. There's one in Paris and also one in Tokyo. I don't know how different the one in Tokyo is because I haven't been there, but
I mean, I've been to Tokyo and it's probably better. Like literally everything in that city is better than anything in the entire world. I hate to say it. I'm sorry.
I know the Hong Kong Pirates of the Caribbean is like crazy. There's like an underwater part with like there's big screens where it simulates going underwater, and I think there might be a kraken in it. Like,
I would love a kraken. Why don't we have a kraken? I'm writing someone. I think they should take away the Finding Nemo or the Little Mermaid or whatever that thing is and make it like a dark, gothic.
That's two different
Kraken
things.
Attack situation. I just named it. It's called Kraken Attack.
All right.
Done.
That's not Disney IP, but okay.
It can be. What are you talking? I'm just the whole franchise I just launched. Movies, books, t-shirts, Kraken Attack.
So there are several tributes to the former attraction in the Disneyland version of Big Thunder Mountain. A scaled down western town sits adjacent to the queuing lines and tracks near the station. This is the town you like pass at the very end.
Got it.
A western saloon, hotel, a Sayers office, and mercantile appear among the buildings. And you can hear people talking if you pay attention when you go past this little town. People talking about, give me another sarsaparilla and all kinds of whatever old-timey, Old West stuff.
Or just things people said in my childhood.
Yeah.
Because of my age. Ow.
Your back? Is that what you said? Ow, all of a sudden your back just started hurting for no reason?
My soul, but yes, they're connected.
There's other allusions to the mine train throughout, or the mine train through Nature's Wonderland, including the Rainbow Caverns themselves are actually part of the ride.
Rainbow Caverns?
Yep. It's just one of the caverns you go through. On the first hill, there's like glowing kind of rainbow.
Is it like now that they've done the re-up on it and the water kind of flows down and you see, okay, I don't know. I'm going to have to go again.
Okay. The name of the ride itself, Big Thunder, was originally the name of a large waterfall that the old mine train passed. And then there was a smaller one called Little Thunder.
A smaller one called?
Little Thunder.
Aww, that's so cute.
Isn't it? So yeah, there's a whole theme of this ride, like we talked about, that it really doesn't translate to at all. But it's the same backstory. Well, I guess it varies slightly from park to park. But basically, in the 1800s, gold was discovered on Big Thunder Mountain in the American Southwest. And overnight, a small mining town became a thriving gold rush town. In Disneyland, it's called Rainbow Ridge. In Florida, it's called Tumbleweed. And in Paris, it's called Thunder Mesa. This all took place under the thumb of the greedy mining company owner Barnabas T. Bouillon. Although in Paris, he's known as Henry Ravenswood. Are you familiar with SEA?
What is that? What?
The Society of Explorers and Adventurers?
No, I was thinking of Society of Creative Anachronism, which is like no, I'm not.
So SEA or C is a group of people that in Disneyland lore basically built Disneyland. There's Barnabas T. Bouillon, Albert Falls, who they talk about on the Jungle Cruise. He's part of SEA. And so it's just this like kind of wink and a nod to people, to Disney adults. It's just this fictional group of explorers that in, Disneyland kayfabe discovered all the things. They discovered the Jungle Cruise, and they discovered Big Thunder Mountain, and yeah.
Cute.
Again, it's this whole backstory that nobody knows.
No.
And it's crazy that Disney has not done anything with this. Like, you could make a whole franchise of SEA movies.
Right.
But they have not done that.
Well, okay, I didn't see the Jungle movie, but did they talk? Was the guy that discovered the Jungle Cruise in the Jungle Cruise movie? Was that at all canon or no?
I don't think so, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it.
Missed opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
I think there could be a full haunted railroad movie franchise. I am shook that they're not going with more of a dark whatever with Big Thunder Mountain. Now that I know what I know, why would they not be marketing it as a haunted railroad or a haunted rail car, loose explosion, whatever it is? Because I would sign up for it more.
Yeah, I mean, according to the lore, mining was prosperous, and there was an extensive line of mine trains set up. But the mountain was a sacred spot to local Native Americans and was hence cursed. None of this is portrayed.
I didn't read that. That's dope. Okay.
Yeah. Before long, the settlers' desecration of the mountain caused a great tragedy. And in Disneyland and Disneyland Paris, it's portrayed as an earthquake. In Tokyo, it's a tsunami. And in Florida, of course, it's a flash flood.
It's Florida, man.
It sank into the swamp. But so the whole town is abandoned. And then sometime later, the locomotives are seen racing around the mountain all on their own, without engineers or a crew. So it's this
rogue, haunted, runaway train. Like, yes, sign me up. That is, I'm not going to say I love the ride. I go on it all the time. It's one of my favorite, but I just feel like that makes it more exciting.
Yeah, and it's like why have this backstory if you're not going to relay it?
Yeah.
Like, even the Wikipedia page says the detailed backstory, while present in park literature and training materials, is not communicated to park guests directly. The station buildings on all 4 versions of the ride are themed to the appearance of a mining company office from the mid to late century. In Disneyland, there's music and laughing in one of the saloons of Rainbow Ridge, like I said, and a typewriter is heard in the newspaper office. The mountains themselves are themed to the red rock formations of the American Southwest. The rockwork in Disneyland is based on the hoodoos of Bryce Canyon in Utah. And in Florida, Tokyo, and Paris, the rockworks are designed based on the rising buttes that are located in Arizona and Monument Valley.
Okay. And they've got the goat. Don't forget the goat.
Oh, we'll talk about the goat. Don't worry.
Oh, is the goat coming up? Okay. I don't want to skip ahead to the exciting part.
Do you know the goat trick?
What is the goat trick? I read something about... Yeah, tell me, because it might have been what I read and I didn't understand what I read.
All right, well, we'll talk about it. So the ride itself, we'll skip most of the queue because it's really not interesting. Like I said, it's mostly just you're walking through rocks.
I feel like I've been there before the first time. It definitely gets you in the Western vibe. But yeah, I think there might be a few hidden Mickeys, and that's about it. I think there's only one actual one. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of the least entertaining queues. You're not wrong.
Yeah, like when you first walk up, there's like a shanty kind of thing that says Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and Lightning Lane enters on one side, Standby enters on the other side, and then it's separated down the middle. Other than that, it's just you walk along. There's a little water tower at one point, but other than that, you're just kind of, and you do get kind of close to the ride, which is kind of cool. You can watch people buzz by. But when you finally get on the ride, there's a little audio clip that plays, and he says, hang on to your hats and glasses because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
I do love that. It's so nostalgic for me whenever I hear it. I'm just like, yes, there we go.
That's a Pavlovian response where you're just like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I do have to tell my Big Thunder Mountain story from when I went to Walt Disney World.
Okay.
So this was our last ride of the night. So night roller coasters just in general are amazing, but
yeah, and this one's, I mean, I can't speak for Disney World, but I think Thunder Mountain is better at night because it just has a different vibe. So
yeah, and I just love not being able to see where you're going. But yeah, so we're in the last car, and the people in the front car As soon as like the bars come down, they start cheering. And we're like, okay, this is the party train. Let's go.
And Taylor's like, oh my God, this is the first time I was invited to a party. Okay.
But so these people, they were clearly from Central America somewhere. And as soon as the ride starts going up the first hill, they all start just chanting, hey, 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 like the whole way up the hill. And so it was just like this like soccer game vibe.
Yes.
And then like every subsequent hill, everybody in the whole train, all the white people too, are just going, hey, 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 hey. And it was one of the funnest things I've done at Disney.
And you felt included, and that's really special for you. I love that. I love that. I think that's one of the things I like about it the most is I think you can be any age and enjoy it. It's not too scary for little kids, but it's not too slow for adults. And it's just like, honestly, my memories lately of the last 10 plus years of Disneyland as an adult have been going with my parents and finding that so special. Like I'm really close with my stepdad and my mom. And my mom's the Disney nut who then sort of forced my stepfather into being a Disney nut. And now he's a Disney nut. And so I'm in LA a lot for work even before I moved there. And when they would go to Disneyland or I would be there, we would just spend a day at Disneyland together. And I have so many memories of me and my mom in a car and my stepdad behind us and us just like laughing and having so much fun on the ride. It's a good vibe ride.
Yeah. I would love to go with my parents. It's kind of hard.
My
mom, but they don't like me. Yeah.
Well, I think when I met your mom at the festival, it was more just that she doesn't like people knowing they're her kid. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. She's very ashamed.
Yeah. I think I was embarrassed. I think the word was embarrassed.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's actually really special to go with your parents. When you don't, sorry, jumping on your stuff.
I don't have kids. I don't have any plans of having kids, but I took my little brother for his 21st birthday. That was his first time going. So that was really cool.
That's cool.
And then when we went to Disney World, we actually went with our niece and nephew. And so it was their first time.
That's special.
Yeah. And I'm waiting for Tony's kid to get old enough that we can take him. So
nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe your parents would go with you. You never know.
Yeah, my dad's in New York, so it's kind of hard to get him out here.
That's fair.
But maybe Florida, if I have to go back to Florida.
Yeah, if you have to, yeah.
I'm waiting for Villains Land to open before I go back to Florida.
Is that the universe? What's the what?
Oh, Disney World is opening Villains Land.
What is that?
It's going to be a land based around the villains.
I think I've been so caught up, and this is going to like be DC/Marvel, and I shouldn't talk about the other, but I think I've been so excited about Universal opening their like creature, monster, whatever. I don't know what they call that land of like Frankenstein and the Bride and everything, that I completely missed that there was a villain.
Yeah, there's going to be like a Maleficent roller coaster, and I think there's an Ursula ride.
God, I'm so here for this.
It's going to be all like dark and gothic looking.
Okay, well, we're talking my vibe. I love it. Okay.
I think it's supposed to open in like 2030. So
I wonder if that's in competition with all of the goths that are going to be going to Universal now, because our vibe has been so like taken over there. I'm excited about that too. Back to Big Thunder Mountain. Sorry.
Back to Big Thunder Mountain. Okay. And another thing I love about this is as soon as you start going, the cast member there always just gives you a little wave.
They're adorable. And I don't know about you, but when I go, I like to ask to sit in the back. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel you get whipped around more in the back. I don't know if it's real, but I've believed it since I was a kid. And so I've always and they're so polite about it. They're always just like, I might take an extra car or two, but you can absolutely go in. And I always, as soon as I get up, if it's overly busy, I don't, because I'm one of those people that like wants to make Disney crew members have a good day too and not be super high maintenance. But I'm usually like, can I please sit in the back? So that's my suggestion.
That's funny because I usually prefer to ride in the front.
Because it's the easiest and wimpiest place to sit.
No, because you get everything first.
That's fair. You do. Also, it's the wimpy place to sit.
Uh-huh. See, I think
That's
the
it.
back's the wimpy place to sit. So
I know, and I wonder if I'm just making like I wonder if someone told me that as a kid, and I now just believe it. Like that's fact, that's science. It goes faster and it's scarier in the back, and it probably is completely the same.
that would be
So,
a good scientific experiment.
yeah, I wonder if there's is this a live call-in show, listener? If you know the answer, call in.
It is not live,
I know it isn't. It's funny, remember?
but you can leave comments if
I
you
know.
know. Yeah.
Comment. Let us know. I want to know. On any roller coaster, I just feel the back somehow has more inertia. It's not science. I've made it up and I've convinced myself that it's true. But you know what? Don't ruin that for me. But yeah, cast members are always adorable. They wave in their cute little outfit.
Yeah. And right off the bat, you go into a dark cave,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like bats chirping.
I love
And
it. There's bats and there's water, a waterfall.
yeah, that's Big Thunder.
And
That we
a
know
little
now
bit
that
of
that's the waterfall is Big Thunder.
right. That's Big Thunder, which is kind of cool. Now that I know the backstory, that does set it up a little bit more with the bats and the explosions and the waterfall and all. But so it's a good vibe to start it off.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this is Rainbow Caverns because there's all kinds of colors everywhere.
I'm wondering now, yeah, because I was also remembering with the water and the lights, you're going to get all of those prisms and rainbow things. So I guess that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, and this whole hill is kind of a cock tease because you're climbing and you're going, hey, 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 and then you get to the top and you just kind of coast out. There's no big,
Yeah.
no big downhill.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay. I guess we're just gonna kind of keep putzing along. And you kind of pick up a little speed going around the corner. I will say this is one ride where I'll put my hands up and then I'm like, oh, there's a few times where it's
I know it's Disney. I know it's safe. I'm also 5'5". In fact, I think I lie and I'm 5'4". And yet there are times when you go under the tunnels or in the caves where I have to, my body's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you need to put your hands down.
Yeah.
So you're much taller than me. I can totally see that being, and it's not about wanting to hold the bar. It's that I'm like convinced my hands are going to hit the roof.
I will say I know somebody who knows somebody who had that happen in Paris on Big Thunder Mountain. They like whacked their hands on a board or something.
I mean, I always think the know someone who knows someone stories are always like, is it true? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, he was allegedly there with him, so
Okay. Well, then that's a happened to him story. He witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah.
That's much more believable.
but I'm somebody who knows somebody, so it's still
Yeah. So, and I'm somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who saw something. So I don't know.
allegedly, yeah.
Listener, call in and let us know what you think.
Well, the phone lines are lighting up over here.
It's your mom. So great. At least I say hi.
But so the ride kind of goes along smoothly. There's not a lot of like dips and hills yet. You're just kind of going around corners, but you're picking up speed and you go through another cave. And these caves are dark. And this one's got like coyotes howling. And then finally you get to the second big climb. And is this? No, this isn't where the goat is yet. The second big climb, you're outdoors. You're going along. Like there's a bunch of mountains on your left. There's a bunch of what looks like little wooden lockers on the right. I'm guessing.
And like some rattlesnakes, I think. This is all off of memory, so I don't know
Yeah.
if this is the rattlesnake area or not, but there's like some little tiny animatronic rattlesnake.
Yeah, and then there's you get to the top and there's a sign that says danger, blasting area ahead, and there's just dynamite everywhere. This the cartoonish boxes of dynamite that say dynamite on it. And now this is where we meet Billy the goat.
We love Billy the goat.
Billy is an icon of Disney parks. He's a goat with a stick of dynamite in his mouth. And so the train wraps around Billy. It does like a U-turn basically around Billy. And so the goat trick is that
like what is this?
allegedly, if you keep your eyes on the goat the whole time as you go around, it makes it feel like you're spinning.
Okay, I read this. It didn't give me the result, but when I was doing the research, it was like those in the know that you keep your eyes on Billy the Goat and it changes the whole experience. And I was like, okay, like I will absolutely do that next time.
I will say I've tried it. I don't get it.
Okay. Okay. I'd never heard about it until today, but I'm here to try. I also regrettably in my age, because I've always loved bigger rides, I can't do spinny rides anymore. So it may not actually be pleasant for me anyway.
I don't love spinning rides either. I get nauseated pretty
Yeah, I
easily on
used
them.
to be fine, and now I'm like, well, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Uh, so I don't know if I need to make something feel spinny, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I would love to hear your experience if you do try it, because I've heard from people who say it works. Didn't work for
I have
me.
to
So
out of curiosity, but I don't want it to work in the case that it would make me nauseous. But yeah,
yeah.
no, I'll definitely try and remember.
Yeah. So you go around Billy, and then there's kind of a like quick hill, and this is where you actually go under a track. And this, I think this is one of the ones especially where I'm like, ooh, pulling my hands down. Because a lot of the wood tracks and wood kind of overhangs are the things that really, the caves I'm usually not that worried about, but more of like the overhangs. Although there's this really short little cave here that looks very tight.
Is that the one where you're kind of going up as I don't know. I know there's one where no matter how many times I tell myself I'm going to keep my hands up, they just instinctively go down. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's like the little bunny hill kind of, and then it goes
I
into
think that's
the
what
cave.
it is. Yeah, you're kind of going up and down in it. And you're like, no, that doesn't seem like a smart thing to do.
Yeah. And so we're getting to the end here. This is where in 2013 the Disneyland version got a extensive refurbishment that completely changed the whole ending of it. The old version, I don't remember it very well, but I know there was like a lot less explosions, and it was more kind of just like simulated. It was kind of like noises. But now
Yeah.
there's like projection mapping along the walls of the cave. There's all kinds of
2 or 3 snipers just off in the distance taking out tourists. It's definitely got a different vibe. Yeah.
that's the Florida version. But so now you go into this cave and everything is just like lit up red. And I don't know if this is supposed to be like an alert, like a danger, caution kind of thing, if that's why they're all red, or if it's just kind of the vibe.
I read something today and I can't remember about the red.
That's a great
Okay.
fucking story.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome. Bookmark that for the most important and entertaining part of the podcast. Listener, if you know what the red is, call us now.
But like I said, there's projection mapping along the walls of like wires kind of snapping, and there's electricity crackling noises, and it's kind of following you alongside your mine car. And then there's just bursts of explosions. You know, it's just puffs of air and smoke coming out of the walls, but it looks like there's explosions, there's loud noises going on. And then once you get to the top, you see all the boxes of dynamite, and there's a big projection map explosion that makes it look like there's like shrapnel and embers flying at you. And this is when the ride really kind of takes off, because now it's like, fuck, we're exploding, we got to get the fuck out of here. And so you crest off this hill. Although actually this is kind of a tease too, because you crest off the hill and you just kind of slowly go down the hill before it kind of it dips and then starts going.
Well, as far as smoothness, that's for sure. It feels like you're on an old rickety wooden roller coaster, but it's so smooth.
Yeah, and that's part of the renovation too, is they put in all new tracks.
Yeah.
And so yeah, then the ride just kind of takes off. You do go past some dinosaur bones, which is an interesting addition.
Yep.
I apparently maybe that was unearthed in the mining, I guess, was the...
Or maybe when there was an explosion, the earth moved, and all of a sudden dinosaur bones came out.
It could be anything. Again, we don't know the backstory because they don't tell us shit.
No.
But then you pass by...
Maybe it's haunted dinosaurs.
That makes sense, yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, if it's haunted, we don't know what's haunting it, and maybe it's dinosaurs. I think
It's
that's
the
logical.
ghost of a dinosaur.
Yes, an angry dinosaur.
This is your next screenplay.
Yeah, angry dino.
Angry dino ghost.
Dino revenge. There's so many options.
There's something there. And then this is where you go past Rainbow Ridge, and like I said, you can hear the people talking. If you listen, people don't listen because everyone's just kind of like, "Woohoo! Yeah, we did it."
I've listened because I've thought there was some funny things being said that I can't remember right now, but that I've been like, that seems inappropriate, but I can't remember exactly what they are.
Yeah, I actually remember. I feel like I do remember some things being like, "Oh, that was a little risque for this ride." But
yeah, a little outdated. But again, I don't know if that's my brain telling me that's what I've heard or if it's what they're saying.
It could be either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go past Rainbow Ridge and then you pull back into the station and you're back home.
Yeah, but a better version of yourself.
Yes, you are changed for sure.
Absolutely. It's like the hero's journey in writing. You're back to the status quo, but an elevated version of yourself.
Yeah.
Little rating moment in there for the listener.
At some point, I'm going to have to do a Disneyland Paris Big Thunder Mountain episode because it is a much better version, in my opinion.
That's exciting.
There's a lot of darkness, and there's a part where you go right along the water, and like the water shoots up. It's fun, but I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, that's in a whole other episode, listener.
That's right. You got to stay tuned. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
There you go. All of those things.
All right. So what was it about this ride that made you pick this one for this episode?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
I picked a couple other and you said no.
Well, because you said Haunted Mansion, and I was like, no, we've done Haunted Mansion. Then you said, okay, Space Mountain. And I said, no, I've done Space Mountain. So
and then I said Rise of the Resistance, and you said no. Yeah, probably just because it is one of my favorite. I've been I was trying to think of how the fuck do I talk about something. And obviously, if anyone who's been listening, they know I have ADHD and I don't know how to talk about one thing forever. But I do love it. I go on it a lot. It's one of the ones I hit every time I go to Disneyland. I've got like the 4. If I go in for like a half a day, just chilling on my own, I will do Space Mountain, Big Thunder, Rise of the Resistance, and then, something else. So I felt like it was one that I've done a lot and I enjoy it. Like, it's fun. I know that there's a part, and I can't remember what part of it, that like if you're sitting beside someone, you're going to end up like sliding over and squishing them. And I just feel like people laugh the whole time they're on it. Like, it's a good vibe ride.
Yeah, it's not incredibly scary. It's not incredibly fast. It doesn't go upside down. It doesn't have any corkscrews or inversions, but it's fast enough to just really kind of keep you engaged.
Yeah.
But there's also so much just like you said, fun about it. There's all the animatronic animals. Obviously, the goat is a big part of it. And like you said, people just have fun on the ride. That people are laughing and talking throughout it. So it's like it's slow enough that you can kind of talk and be like, "Oh man, that part was crazy, right?" And then next thing you know, you're off to the next, going around a curve super fast.
And laughing. Yeah. And I also think it's great that you are, I think I hadn't thought about it until you said it earlier. It's the only one that you're kind of with the people in queue, right? Like you are whipping by them at some point, or you're still seeing the rest of Disneyland. Like there's parts where you crest the hill and you see the fucking, what is that riverboat thing and everything. And so I just feel like there's just something, the Mark Twain, there's just a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a good vibe ride. I just enjoy it. And it does make me think of my family as well, which I love. Because my family will go out in public with me. And I think that's really special.
Yeah, this ride's just a classic. I mean, it's been around almost as long as Lisa has. So
2 months. I am 2 months older than Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
And it's had how many renovations? How many renovations have you had?
I have. Almost as many.
The one in Florida actually is closed right now for renovations. So.
Yeah. I actually heard that Rise was going to close before I moved, and so I ran back and went on it, and it was still there, which was great.
When you went on Rise, did you have to do the boarding group?
Don't you all have to do the boarding group? What do you mean? Sorry.
No, they got rid of the boarding groups. Like at the airport when you get like the Oh, you can board now.
No, when I've done Rise a whole bunch, and you I mean, again, I don't wait in line. So I don't know if there's a different experience for those who do, but you just you get in the little ship. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't done it. It is such a good ride. I refuse to spoil the journey.
You can listen to last episode where I talk about Rise of the Resistance.
God damn it. I wanted to do Rise. It's so good. It's so
amazing.
good. I've done it so many times, and it's so funny because the last time I went on it, I went with this kid who had a pog. Is that what they're called? A porg. I'm so sorry. A porg. A big one. It was like a puppet. And I was like, man, that's really cool. And he was like, thanks. And he was maybe 7 or 8. And he sat beside me with his mom, and I was alone because I go to Disneyland alone all the time. And he looked at me with so much sincerity, like this little boo is going to take care of me. And he was like, have you done the ride before? And I was like, I have. And he's like, okay, great. You got this. And then we both went a different way than we'd ever gone before. I have been on that ride easy 10 times, probably 20, 30. And I would say 95% of the time I've done the same track out of pure coincidence or whatever. And we did a different route that time and saw different things. Didn't know it was an option.
And then you found out that kid actually died on the ride, and that was a ghost.
And I took his porg, which was amazing because it was like he could puppet it. It was very cool.
You took the kid's thing?
I mean,
you took his toy?
He was dead. What was he gonna do? Play with it? Come on.
Fuck them kids.
I didn't kill the kid. I gave the porg a good home. I'm a good person. I'm a good person at least.
But no, the first time I went on Rise, you had to get like a boarding group, and they would have to call you and let you know you could board now. And I got on standby and ended up getting like the last group of the night, and we had to run back to get back in line.
Oh, yeah. No, I just walk on like a princess. I'm sorry.
You're just like, excuse me, wheelchair coming through.
Yeah. Excuse me, disabled person. Yeah, no, I've never waited in line. Yeah, so that makes sense. No. I just either fast, but yeah, that sounds, but I mean, sure, that makes sense. The waiting lines are like 85 minutes. So that's, I would rather that get a boarding pass and come back than have to sit in that lineup the whole time. So it's too bad they did get rid of that.
Well, but it doesn't guarantee you getting on, though, is the only thing. If you don't get a boarding group, you're fucked.
Right. Okay. It's so funny. It's like Cars. There's some rides that, I mean, I get why Rise of the Resistance is so busy, and Cars is cute, but like Cars is fanatical. You have to go at like 4 a.m. to get on it without.
I love Radiator Springs Racers. I love that ride
too. I think it's adorable. I just think it's crazy how fanatic people are about it.
Okay, so if you didn't have all your little perks, all your NDA, and
I wasn't so special.
Yeah. If you were just on a regular Lightning Lane pass, would you use one for Big Thunder, or would you go standby and use that for something else?
I mean, in all fairness, with my disability, let's pretend I don't have a disability. I think the wait's interesting enough, and there's enough. I would still do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it moves quickly enough.
Yeah.
That I think it's not worth using a Lightning Lane on if you have other options.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would absolutely. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I would say it's a decent one to wait in. I have always felt, while I haven't done it in a while, that line it's one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah. I think it moves quickly enough.
Yeah.
Unless the ride is like, backed up over to the churro stand or something, but
yeah. Yeah, it moves well. And that's the nice thing about it too, is they've always got cars going. Oh, did you read the names of the cars too? When I was doing my research, I read the names, and they are adorable. I cannot remember what they are, but they were like big brave and stuff. It was so cute. I would say that, or Indiana Jones, even though that line is a long line, it's entertaining.
Oh yeah, the Indiana Jones line is great.
It's a vibe.
Okay, so there is "You Be Bold," "You Are Daring," "You Are Courageous," "I Am Loco," "I Be Hardy," and "I Am Fearless."
Right? It's adorable. It's adorable.
Just
makes
precious.
me think of one of my favorite vegan restaurants in Los Angeles, and their menu is like, I am fearless, I am brave. And they used to make you order like they would be like, what can I get you? And you'd be like, I am brave. And I would be like, I'm not doing that. Like, I want the vegan crunch wrap. It's Cafe Gratitude. Their food is unbelievable, but they've gotten a little looser on the rules because cranky people like me were like, no, I'm not doing that. But it's pretty funny. Yeah, I thought that I didn't know that they had names on their trains too, which I thought was cute. But yeah, it feels like they go, even though the ride itself feels like it's long, it goes fast in the waiting capacity. Like it feels like there's always trains going and always people.
Yeah, I mean, the ride is about 3 minutes long, which is a decent.
I think so.
That's a decent amount. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But it feels like there's always people loading. Whereas Indiana Jones, I've never not, even fast passing, I have never felt that that's a fast line.
Yeah. And it breaks down constantly too. So
constantly. I once had it break down while I was on it. And that was fun because I got to walk through it to get off.
You've done a walk off?
I did on Indiana Jones, but also I'm one of those ridiculous people that was like, don't ruin it. It's real. So I was like torn between the two, but yeah, we fully had to walk off and we were basically on the bridge when it happened right beside the skull.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I was with my mom. It was pretty cool, but yeah, I did. Part of me was like, don't turn the light, but it was that bad. They had to turn the lights on and take us off and whatever. But that was kind of cool too. So I was like, look at me.
I know, like I'm torn. Like part of me is like, I would love to do a walk off and see all the like behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, then another part of me is just like, I don't want to ruin the magic.
I know it was weird. And it was pre cell phone days, if I'm correct, because otherwise why would I not have a video of that? Right. So it must have been before you were born. So back in the day.
You had your Nokia 5150 and you're like, there's no camera on this thing.
Exactly.
But I can play Snake.
I didn't have a Razor flip phone. I wasn't cool. But yeah, I did a walk off.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Parting thoughts on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Do it. It's so much fun. It's family adventure and it's very nostalgic.
And learn the backstory if you can somehow. It says there's literature. I don't know where the literature is.
I need to go back now and understand that I am on a rogue, haunted railroad track car that is escaping danger. Like that, it's such a cool story. They should market it as a haunted ride. I'm sorry, but I think they're really missing out as far as the Haunted Mansion. And all of us, I think most Disney adults are dark Disney. It's like they're into the goth bullshit and I don't say bullshit as a bad thing. I'm totally into that, but they're into the Haunted Mansion and all of that stuff. Like I feel like, come on, Disney, call me. You're missing some marketing. Me to say Disney's missing a marketing opportunity feels like the weirdest thing someone would ever say. Because what have they not marketed? But yeah, those are my closing thoughts. Do the backstory. It sounds cool.
And there is apparently a movie based on this ride in the works, but it's been in the works for like 6 years. So I think it's kind of in development hell at this point. But
okay. I know that a friend of mine, a writer of my friend of mine, has pitched on almost every board game that they're like. Barbie has made them. They didn't really figure out that Barbie might have been successful because it was written for women. They just think it was like, oh, we can IP anything. People want to know a movie about the Magic 8 Ball. Or like, yeah, I don't know what they're doing right now, but sure. Haunted Mansion was a good idea. I don't know about any others, but sure. I mean, if they do a haunted the Big Thunder Mountain and it's like a haunted, cool, I'm in. If it's just an old timey Western fucking train, Owen Wilson, like,
oh wow,
yeah, that's how I picture it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm signing up for that one. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if it ever happens.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to plug before we go?
I got a movie coming up this summer called The Curse of Ghost Island. I wrote it, directed it. I'm incredibly proud of it. Actually, I don't know when this comes out, but right now it's March. The latest episode or the issue of Rue Morgue Horror Magazine has a big article on the movie and me. You should go to newsstands and get it so you can get a hard copy of my face. How cool is that? And I also have a movie on the horror festival circuit right now called Cringe, which is a horror comedy I wrote, directed, produced, and starred in, and a movie of mine called Sleep Tight, which I think maybe you've seen. That might have been one of the ones that played at your festival. It just
I think
released
that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, it was picked up as a part of a horror anthology called Insidious Tales and just released on Amazon UK. So there we go.
Cool. Yeah. Look into those. Check them out.
Oh, and if you want to be an actor, I forgot. I moved my acting school online. Boom! Train with a really cool director like me.
And where do they do that?
That's a good point. My studio is called Rig Studios. I've owned an acting school for 10 years, actually. We also have a female film school and a film program called Empower Her, which is actually created specifically to get more female and non-binary humans behind the camera telling stories. But we also then this year, just in February 2026, moved all of the acting programs online to make them more accessible. And it is roguestudios.ca.
There you go. Do you want to plug your Instagram or anything like that? Or
I am not amazing at social media, as you know, but I do have. I'm like, I try, guys. I reshare things on stories. My Instagram, I think, is just my name, Lisa Ovies, Ovies, and so is Threads. I've just found Threads, and as an adult, it feels like I found MySpace again. Threads is like friendly and happy and cheerful and supportive. Not for white men. Not for white men. Taylor's giving me
Threads sucks.
Okay, well, for a feminist, angry woman, I'm loving it. I found the community so friendly. I'm on Threads a lot. But other than that, that's it. Yeah,
I know you have a Blue Sky. You should use it. Blue Sky is better.
Do I have Blue Sky? I probably went to buy my name or to save my name when it came out because somebody, when I started getting bigger in film, like took my name for Twitter and shit. And of course, it's not used. I'm the only person in the world with my name. I have a very unique last name. And so, yeah. So I probably got I didn't even know I had a Blue Sky.
Or maybe it's someone posing as you. I
only went on Threads a month ago for the very first time because I deleted my TikTok, which I never used anyway. And I already had 500 followers. So I think maybe because they're all the same fucking Meta family, when you have one,
that's it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Don't follow me on Blue Sky. I'm not doing anything.
Don't use it.
I don't know. What is Blue Sky? What is it like? What is it replacing for me? What is the value add?
It's like Twitter back when Twitter was good.
Isn't that what Threads is? Why is Blue Sky different than Twitter?
Because it's not Meta.
Oh, that's the answer. I didn't know that. I thought Threads wasn't Meta.
Threads, Instagram, Facebook, all Meta.
Of course it is, because when I signed on, I already had one. Oh, damn it. I just started Threads. I don't want another one. But you're not wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's it. It's just my name. Threads or Instagram and all those good things.
All right. Well, and you know where to follow us. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tolerating our rambling bullshit.
Thanks for tolerating Lisa.
Thank you.
Your attention, please. This episode of Wild Mouse has concluded. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast player, and follow us on social media at Wild Mouse Podcast. Don't forget to visit the gift shop at wildmousepodcast.com. For exclusive bonus content, become a premium pass holder at patreon.com/wildmousepodcast. We hope you enjoyed your time, and will visit us again soon. Thank you, and good night.